Welcome to episode 7 of the Yip Strickler Experience, where I will be documenting my adventures at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. What a time. I would like to thank my sponsor for the week, Triple H Enterprises out of West Virginia. They do a bunch of, industrial consulting, engineering. They do it all. To be honest, I have no clue what they do, but I'm really happy that they fit the bill for my, hospitality suites, the Airbnb, which was a mansion with, 3 different golf greens to hit golf shots into, another putting green, bunkers, got to work on my bunker game. The place was awesome. Thank you, Triple H. Anyways, onto the golf. Yes, there was an actual golf tournament there, even though this place is mostly a theme park. It's just like a bunch of hillbillies you would see at like Cedar Point, stumbling around all over the place. Not much golf to be watched, at least from my perspective. I did have some obligations that, I had to do. I was only there for a few days. Didn't see much golf, though. Didn't see much at all. There was a tournament. I guess Chris Gotterup beat Hideki Matsuyama in a playoff. And this Gotterup guy, man, is he on fire. And if he doesn't get some kind of boner pill deal, yes, you heard me right. Gotterup needs a boner pill deal immediately. I mean, the name and the record, it's going to be absolutely perfect. Oh, I just popped this little blue pill, and the next thing you know, and then he comes popping up, I got her up, and then, boop, if you heard that, that was like an erection hitting the table because of the pill and the name got her. Okay, it's a work in progress. I admit it's a work in progress. Anyways, Matsuyama, felt bad for him the last day. I was watching on TV where guys were hollering when he was about to hit a putt on the 18th hole, on his backswing. Then apparently a volunteer knocked his chair over when, it was in the playoff. Let's be honest, though. Matsuyama shouldn't have even been in the playoff. How did he do? It was incredible, his scrambling that day. Could not hit a fairway. Anyways, I'm more of a net golf guy. Who cares about this tournament, right? Let's hear about what it was actually like with the people. I did show up Wednesday for a couple hours at the Pro-Am. I did see Travis Kelce out there golfing his golfing ball. And wouldn't you know, Travis Kelce is not on my favorite app, because when you go straight to the gun, you'll notice that he's not there. There's like 2 Kelces in the entire country. One of them is his brother, who apparently is getting a little honorary membership at Trout National. How special. I have noticed quite a few celebrities and athletes that are showing up on the Trout National. I'm guessing they're not paying. I don't know, maybe Jason Kelce, he doesn't have a handicap. He's got the NH, so maybe he's a dues-paying member. I don't know. I hear it's opening in a few months. Anyways, Kelce, not on the app, which means he's not a member at a prestigious private golfing club. You're playing this much golf. Your fiance, whatever it is, Taylor Swift, one of the richest women in the galaxy of all time, and you're not at a private golf club? This doesn't make any sense. Or is it maybe she's not allowing you to join a private golf club? And if that's the case, I'd say you need to send her packing and start all over, okay? Anyways, did see him. Stopped at the merch tent, picked up a couple pair of socks. Got these nice waste management, like the garbage trucks on the socks. Those ones were kind of my favorite. 2 pairs of socks, $52. Met some Yippomaniacs, even right in line. There was guys right behind me. Yep. It was a little overwhelming, but I loved everything about it. But yeah, Wednesday I wasn't there for long. In and out. Got to learn a little bit about the Uber situation, where you got to take a shuttle to this Uber lot, and then there's just it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Anyways, got a few hours of sleep, and Thursday was here, round 1, and we headed down there, and before I could even get in, I was stopped by Kelsey and Kim. Yes, these 2 ladies who were the subjects of one of my investigations back in October. And hey, look, I'm sure you ladies are married, boyfriends, whatever you should be. And respectfully, I just want you to know this. Absolutely beautiful. Way better than the pictures that were up on that the Club at 12 Oaks Instagram page when you won that shamble back in October. You looked way better than you did back then. I'm assuming the 18 holes of golf and the sweaty hair had something to do with that. But man, in person, Very nice. Respectfully, once again, I want the gentleman to know, respectfully, I was just saying they looked pretty, and I shouldn't say I was surprised, but I was. I was a little surprised. Anyways, we had a suite on hole 17 that day. Beautiful seats. We're just overlooking, like kind of 17. So it's a short par four, depending on how they set it up. So day one, the tees were back a little bit. They weren't necessarily able to drive it up on the green, so we were get to see the golf balls land. We saw Tony Finau absolutely smoked a spectator with a drive. An old guy just boom, got him. Got a very fortunate bounce too. He could have been hitting the cart path, getting his ball out into the desert. Nope, hit the old guy square, kicked him back into play. Very nice break, and I was shocked. Of all people, I would think Tony Finau he's getting out that glove, he's signing it on the walk down, and I did not see any type of exchange of signed golf merchandise. Nothing. He just hit his shot and carried out. Now, in all fairness to Mr. Finau, maybe he didn't know he hit this guy. I would imagine he could have heard it from the tee box because it was pretty loud and the big, the sigh from the crowd. But either way, that was interesting. Got to start learning about the hospitality suites and how it works up there. You know, you're basically, all your food is covered and, you know, all your drinks. They say all your drinks, but they put you on a 8-drink minimum, okay? That ain't gonna cut it. Okay, that's not going to cut it at all. So really the trick is when you get into one of these suites, first thing, you go right up to the bar, whatever one you think you're going to be visiting the most, grease the bartender, give her a little, you know, wink, wink. 8 drinks isn't going to be enough. And she'd be like, she going to take care of you. Next thing you know, when they go to scan your band to, you know, count how many drinks you've had, she just, oh, she missed. She missed again. And eventually she's just like, get out of here. Yep, you're good. So there is a way around it, which I was very happy to find out. And then I was there for a few hours watching some golf shots, and then I had some obligations to take care of, so I had to go out, meet some people. I did see Commissioner Riggs, Mr. Barstool Foreplay. He's the man. He's the man out in Scottsdale. You can tell he is a Thunderbird. I learned about the Thunderbirds, this charitable organization that pretty much does everything at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So that was pretty cool. Talked to him for a little bit. One of my most enjoyable parts of the entire trip was walking around with the country club adjacent crew, Jake, Adams, and Griffin. It was the first time I ever met Griffin in person. He is an absolute treat, and you know, got to take part in their little gallery chirping where they basically just walk around. You know, next thing you know, you're just, a phone is in your face and they're talking shit, right? So people can take it a lot of different ways if they don't know who you are. Some of them seem to get a little perturbed about what's happening, but it was pretty fun. I didn't see any credits in their video. There was this one guy that I was like, oh, dude, you got to do something. CeeLo Green. He looks like CeeLo Green. You know, he's black gentleman, short, round. And, you know, these guys are comedians, so right away they're like, oh, CeeLo off the green. I'm like, okay, yeah, go ahead, yep. So they went ahead right away, boop, hit him with the CeeLo off the green. That was mine, okay? I let him have it, though. I let him have it. Gosh, I would like to mention, this is the first time I've ever done this podcast sober. And that Arizona desert air it did some damage to me, okay? It did some damage. We'll leave it at that. So please excuse the sound of my voice if it's throwing you off today. Anyways, back to this. Oh, I did, yes, if you saw my video, I hit one guy with, he looked like that Bad Bunny dude to me, who I never heard of this guy, but told him I couldn't wait to see him at the halftime show. I like going up to like some old dudes with like ponytails and just walking right up to them and just being like, hey, you got any weed? And seeing their reactions. It's usually the one guy I got, he just goes, I wish. And I was like, well, I wish you did too, because this would be a great place to get stoned. Anyways, oh, another guy I met through the country club adjacent guys. This Shawnzy 69. Are you familiar with his work? Any of you out there? I mean, this guy is just an absolute Canadian tour rod twig, okay? He is a low-cap weapon that just stays slotted all the time. His game is sick. Look, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I really enjoyed my time with him. And I guess I don't know too many Canadians. I can't believe that's just how they all talk, apparently. He is a wild boy. Also, low-key, I think he's a little bit of a coin head. I I caught him with a little Kermit time checker. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Another situation like that. Anyways, I was pretty happy. He called me the cap checking tech. I'm the cap checking technician. It made me feel pretty special. Anyways, I had met back up with the sponsors after walking for a few hours. Yeah, we were like, let's get out of here. Let's go to our house, because first night we stayed in a hotel. Second night, third night, we're staying at this Airbnb. And again, thanks to Triple H, this place was special, okay? I don't know how many acres it's on. It's got to be at least 10 acres. You're up here, you're hitting golf shots down to these 3 greens. There's bunkers. It was a blast. It just was a blast. They have a golf simulator there. They have it all, okay? That night, there was one thing that we kind of forgot to do, and that was dinner. There was no dinner on Thursday night. We did not eat. And with the amount we were drinking, it got interesting at the end of the night. We did go to a concert that night. I still don't know who was playing. I'd never heard of the guy. It was some kind of country music. I would have loved to have gone to the concert on Friday night with Nelly and Ludacris, but that was not in the stars. I would like to mention Nelly and Ludacris just so happen to be my top 2 picks whenever I'm doing karaoke. So, yeah, that's really why I wanted to go see them. Anyways, let's see. What else happened that day? Oh, yes. When I went to that concert, I decided to sport my little T-shirt hoodie that has the full Yip. You know, the Yip doll, basically. It's got my little Memba hat, mustache. The resemblance is uncanny. It looks exactly like me. And I couldn't believe how many people loved it and would just come up to me and start talking. Especially like walking down the street. I had like random security guards, guys running parking lots, all these things come up to me and be like, man, is that a picture of you on your own shirt? I'm like, yes, it sure is. And then they'd be like, I fuck with it. And we dab up. And I don't know. It was interesting. Very interesting. The types of people that loved the Yips. And don't you worry. Those things are going to be made. Right now, I've just got the prototypes going. Those Yip Strickler hoodies are going to be flying off the shelves. I can feel it. Anyways, we move on to Friday. Okay, got a couple hours of sleep. Feeling good. And Friday, we are going to hole 16. We are in the Coliseum. I'm excited to check out the atmosphere. Before I could get to hole 16, though, we're walking through, and I see, Joel Damon in the back bunker on 17. And I decided to just, perch up. I know he's going to be walking right by me after this hole. And, I did kind of have a little inclination that he's a bit of a yippomaniac. So I sat there. He got up and down out of this bunker, makes a beautiful birdie. He's walking by. I chirp him a little bit. And if you've seen the video, it's of course, I was so mesmerized by his aura. I got the camera, I'm recording him, but this is what I do. I go like this. I just move my head and the camera stays. I'm not good at this stuff. Anyways, I chirp him and he just goes, Strickler. And he knows my name. And it's kind of a big deal for me. If Rory McIlroy knew my name, I'd give 2 shits, okay? He's not a man of the people like Joel Damon is. Okay. Kind of a big deal. Anyways, that was great. So then, got to our suite. Like I said, immediately before I even sat down, I was like, okay, this is the bar that's closest. Greased her up, said 8 drinks is definitely not going to be enough, especially when it's the 3rd day of a bender. I mean, I couldn't get drunk the last day. It's just not going to happen. After 3 days of that, I don't know what I'd have to put into my body to get drunk, but I tried my hardest. It wasn't going to happen. Either way, we were perched like right over the flagstick on Friday on hole 16. Awesome seats. It was in that like front left portion. So like, if you miss it on the left side, it's no good. It's going to funnel off the green. A lot of booze. Yeah, it was just an unbelievable experience sitting right there. Let's see, what else do I? Oh yeah, since I didn't eat dinner the last day or on that Thursday, I was pretty hungry. Come Friday morning, we got in there and had these little eggs and I don't know what these things. I ate like 8 of these little breakfast cups, and the next thing you know, it's lunchtime, and they bust out this mac and cheese brisket mac and cheese. Oh man, they were really good, and I took down like 3 of them. And as I'm going up there for my 4th, I see this young lady, and she's wearing, let's be honest, she's like a Scottsdale 6, so Michigan 10. And she's wearing this like cream colored dress, form fitting. Also, special shout out to the Scottsdale plastic surgeons. You are doing some incredible work out there. Anyways, she's got this cream colored dress on, and the brisket mac and cheese she just drops it. And the it was like the mac and cheese did some damage, but it was mostly the brisket that just a little saucy too, and it went right down, right in the menstruation zone. I felt bad for this girl. Unbelievable spot to spill brisket mac and cheese, and I'm sure that dress cost a pretty penny. Hope you got it all out. I'm assuming she just threw that thing out after all the debauchery that she was doing to herself. She was out of control. Anyways, oh yeah, that day I started hearing about this Jack Doherty debacle. Okay, if you don't know who this guy is, he's just some little internet weasel that was like a billionaire from doing ridiculous things online. And he decided to pay a guy. He offered him $100 if he would scream "jackass" during this one guy's golf shot, and it worked. He gets kicked out. Big drama, whatever. Gets kicked out of the tournament. PGA Tour did the right thing, banned him from all future events. Love it. I would like to say this Jack Doherty guy, and I got into this. People think like, oh, Yip, why did you get into this, internet game? Why are you dedicating the rest of your life to protecting the game of net golf? Why are you putting yourself all over the internet? Is it because you want to, get rich like these? I mean, sure. I would like some money. I think everyone would. However, the real reason I want to do this is because I want to get in a UFC style fight with some of these internet nerds, and such as Jack Doherty. I know he messes with the Island Boys. If you don't know who the Island Boys are, they're these 2 brothers that have actually, they said they made over $10 million when they made out with each other. Yes, 2 twin brothers making out with each other to get clout on the internet and money. I've said it before. This is what I want to do. Jack Doherty, I want to fight you in a UFC style match. You're going to be like the final boss. Before I fight you, directly before, I will take on both the Island Boys at the same time. After I destroy them, you come immediately after. It'll be dynamite. Obviously, we're going to have to air it on my YouTube channel because it was my idea. It'll probably get, I don't know, I'm thinking we should be able to get 10 million views is what I'm assuming after I beat the shit out of all of you. I think that would be great. Anyways, got a little off track there. What else happened there? Oh, porta potties. Okay, if you don't know how the porta potty situation works here, you basically go into a room, and it's a co-ed situation. So you walk into this room, dudes and chicks everywhere. Let's say there's like 20 porta potties in a big circle, some weird little sink thing that you step on and pump the water out to wash your hands when you're done. I just have a problem. Like, I consider myself highly advanced socially. Okay, I can pretty much talk to anybody. I do okay, but when I'm walking out of those porta potties, and let's just say there's another Scottsdale 6, a Michigan 10 who's waiting to get in, and I have the door open. Am I obligated to do I hold the door for this babe who's about to go into this disgusting I mean, on Friday, I don't know what those things are like on Saturday and Sunday, but I can tell you they were starting to get pretty nasty on Friday. I just don't know. Do I hold the door for them or do I just shut it and walk away? I want to be a gentleman, but anyways, I dealt with a little. I feel like I'm on the spectrum walking out of those porta johns every time. I don't know how to act. I did. Drew Stoltz came up and got to meet him. The sleazy man. Subpar podcast, one of my favorites. Got to hang out with him. We got blasted. Well, I tried to get blasted. I couldn't get drunk that day, but he's just a treat. What a hunk. Let's see what else. I mean, that's about it. I mean, nothing else. Like I said, I didn't get to watch much golf, which is a little disappointing. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up, being able to go to like the Masters or something. Then I can watch some golf, right? I feel like that'd be a really great place to go to a tournament where I actually get to watch golf. I hope that happens. I have a funny feeling it will. Anyways, we got out of there around 4, did the same thing, went back. That night we had a little private chef and a private bartender. Once again, shout out to the Scottsdale Plastic Surgeons. You did some good work on her as well. Anyways, this private chef, incredible meal. We had some ribeye caps, lobster tail, but really the shrimp and grits, they stole the show. And, I'm a Yankee. I'm from Michigan. I don't typically get to eat shrimp and grits. And it was awesome. I'm like a big shrimp and grits guy now. So thank you, Travis. I believe that was the private chef's name, old Trav. And, that's about it. I had a 7 a.m. flight out the next morning. Had to come home because everyone knows I'm a big family man and had to get my stuff done. Anyways, that's about it. To be honest, this traveling, meeting Yippomaniacs is always great, but like this whole going to thing, it's just a shit show. I just want these prestigious private golfing clubs to open up, start having these members and member guests so I can get back to what I like doing the most, which is protecting the game of net golf, the backbone of the entire golf industry. And thanks for watching. I'm ready to start calling out some sandbagging rats.